All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Shelley. I'm a Heartfulness trainer. And this is part 3 of a 3-part experiment that we're trying today here on YouTube. The idea was, how do you make it as easy as possible for people to access meditation, right? There's all sorts of meditations out there. Heartfulness, it's so unique. It's so special. It's got that special ingredient of that yogic transmission piece that somehow changes everything for people. How do we make this accessible to anyone easily at any time? So we thought, let's try putting it on YouTube, 1 hour after another hour after another hour. See how people like it. So we've been experimenting with different people today. We've been experimenting with different approaches, different lengths of time for the meditation. So after our session today, if you'd like to fill out a survey, the link is over there in the comments. And we'd love to hear your candid feedback because we want to make things better and make things as easy as possible so that people can access this amazing resource called Heartfulness Meditation. So let's just get a quick introduction out of the way about what Heartfulness Meditation is, what we're going to do today, make things as simple as possible so that we can have a practical experience. And I'm probably going to go a little bit longer today than we did in our earlier sessions, just to see how that works for people. So we will shortly do a guided relaxation and then a meditation. We'll maybe meditate for 20 or 30 minutes and see how that goes. And then we'll come out of that meditation and do a little observation of ourselves and do what I like to call a bit of a re-entry technique to try to save that meditation experience that we're feeling and carry that further. Because to me, one of the most important things that I discovered on my path to meditation that meditation isn't about the meditation at all. We all crave peace. We all crave a chance to relax and unwind, and that is great. I mean, it's absolutely great. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, I want to be more balanced during the times when I'm not meditating. Not just when I am meditating, but when I'm up from my chair, when I'm cooking dinner, when I'm at work, when I'm driving in traffic. Can I keep that meditative state with me? Am I growing? Am I changing? Right? So we're going to exit our meditation. I like to call it a guided exit, aka re-entry into the waking state. And as we do that, we're going to try to hold on to that meditative state that we experienced and then practice that. Next time you meditate, can you take that further with you? Can you take that further with you? Can you take that further with you until we get to a point where maybe I can be driving in traffic and yet still feel that undercurrent of peace and tranquility pervading my entire being like I do when I have a really good meditation. And, I'll just say, I mentioned yogic transmission, which is the secret ingredient of heartfulness. It makes it really different. When I was 16 years old, I started meditating and I tried all sorts of different methods. And some of them made me feel really peaceful. Some of them made me feel like I was lost, but I never felt like I was really growing. I never felt like I was really changing, not only as a person and in my character, but also feeling balanced all the time. And so for me, heartfulness really, really did the trick. And it's that yogic transmission that makes it so different. So I'm just a real enthusiast. Absolutely love this. Happy to share it. Excited about this platform. Seeing if we can take this live stream from a generic old heartfulness trainer like myself and see if people like that. I've got lots of comments here coming in already. So somebody asked about, and somebody answered. Great. How much average time should we meditate? Well, I'll tell you, I would say something a little bit maybe unconventional with this. To me, when you're beginning to meditate, especially, meditate as long as you can, plus 2 minutes. I always tell people, meditate as long as you can. And then when you feel like, I cannot do this anymore, when you're first starting out, and sometimes even if you're a veteran meditator, we all have our off days. And we feel like I just cannot keep meditating at this moment. Well, what happens when you work out? I go to the gym. Doesn't look like it, but I do. And when I go to the gym, I want those final 2 or 3 lifts to be so painful, that's where we grow, right? So until you can meditate up to an hour, try meditating for as long as you can, plus 2 minutes, because you're going to get better at it and you're going to be able to extend. So when you get to that point where, this is just my opinion, when you get to that point where you feel like you're really done and you want to get up, say to yourself, I'm just going to really put in a little more effort for 2 more minutes. That doesn't mean sit there and be grouchy for 2 minutes. It means try the meditative technique for just 2 more minutes. We can all kind of deal with that. That's like sitting at a really long stoplight. So that's my advice. What else we got? What is yogic transmission? Yogic transmission, you know what? I absolutely have no answer for that. I don't. There are people who could answer better than me, and I don't know that there's a perfect answer out there. But I will say that Heartfulness meditation trainers are able to do something called yogic transmission. I can do it. I don't know what it is. And it feels different. It feels different to me. I mean, here I am. It's been 30 years since I started Heartfulness. And I stuck around with this one because it does something different. So, yogic transmission, I'm not sure what it is, but I have a good sense of what it does. And for me, it puts me in tune with myself. There's all sorts of definitions of it out there, and you can read about it, but I just don't think I can do a good job of explaining what it is, but I can provide an experience with it. And that's what this little YouTube experiment is about. Can we give you that practical experience? Because really it doesn't matter what I say or what it is, even if it helps you feel like you're changing, that's a big deal, right? It's a big deal. If you feel like you're changing for the better, that's all it needs to be. Let's see. All right, I think we're good with the questions. Let me just give a quick introduction to what we'll do then. And, what is meditation? I'm sure that there are many people out there who are meditators who are watching. To me, meditation means to think about one thing continually. And what does that mean, to think of one thing continuously? Well, we think about a million things all the time. I mean, I can sit here and think about a topic. I can think about a TV show I just watched. I can think about work. I can think about a problem I have. It's not one thought continually, right? So with meditation, we strive to have one thought. And that's not something our brains are designed to do. Our brains are designed to, they're really good at multitasking, doing all sorts of different things all over the place. But when we meditate, we want to try to slow that down and regulate our mind a little bit. We regulate our mind by balancing it through the heart and heartfulness. So we find this noble thought. If you're going to think about one thing and meditate on it, and there's a saying, what we meditate on, we become, let's make that thought a really ennobling thought. So in Heartfulness, what we do is we have this idea that there's an inner light, an inner source of light in our heart. And that doesn't have to be something you visualize. It can be something you feel. My advice is don't force it. Just let it happen by just simply paying attention to your heart. So there's an author named Josh Pollock who wrote a book called The Heartfulness Way with the president of Heartfulness, Kamlesh Patel. And he went on a book tour, Josh Pollock did, and I heard him speak, and he described meditation the best way that I've ever heard anybody explain it. Our mind's going to do stuff when we try to meditate. We just want to pay a little more attention to our heart while we meditate, right? So when your mind wanders, don't be worried about it. In fact, there may even be sound around me. I live in a house with 5 people and 2 really cool dogs. All bets are off. I can't guarantee silence during this. But just like with noise, just return your attention gently to your heart. If you have thoughts, just remind yourself, like, I'm going to pay a little more attention to my heart right now. And then if your mind wanders again, just remind yourself, pay a little more attention with your heart, to your heart. So let your heart reveal what it reveals. Have the idea, maybe the assumption that there's a source of light inside your heart, and then let it be natural. Just let it be natural. So I'll talk you through it. We're going to do a guided relaxation. One of the things that I think is a kind of misconception about meditation is that guided relaxations are the same thing as meditation. Guided relaxations and visualizations can help us calm down. Meditation is a balancing of the mind. And we're going to balance the mind through our heart today, simply by paying a little more attention to our heart and letting it show us the light inside of itself in whatever way comes naturally. So we'll start with a little guided relaxation just to kind of help settle the body. Oftentimes people ask, should I be sitting a certain way when I meditate? Should I be in a certain position? And, I always say you don't want to be meditating on your knees hurting or on your hips hurting. So in Heartfulness, you can sit any way you want. Don't lie down, you'll fall asleep, but sit any way you want that's comfortable, because we want to be able to let our heart be our focus, not our discomfort. So we'll start by sitting comfortably. Then I'll talk you through a little guided relaxation. And then I will prompt you to just simply tune into your heart and have the idea that there's a source of light that's always been there, and just let it show itself to you in whatever way is there. Don't worry, don't force it. If you don't see anything, I'll tell you a secret. When I started Heartfulness as a really insecure 19-year-old, and my trainer said to me, imagine a source of light in your heart. I saw a lump of coal. I did, but I went with it, and I don't see a lump of coal anymore. So just don't worry, whatever comes, it's all good. You'll evolve, you'll change. That's the whole point, right? So I'll prompt you into the meditation then on the heart, and maybe we'll go for about 20 minutes and see how that length of time resonates here on YouTube. And then at the end, we'll do our little guided exit, our re-entry into the waking state. So hang in there with me and don't pop those eyes open right away. I'll kind of prompt us into opening our eyes in a way that will help us carry that meditative state forward with us. It's that meditative state that we can begin to live in. That's really special, right? So hopefully we have a peaceful meditation, but I often find that even if I don't have a peaceful meditation, I actually do feel different afterwards, and I can carry that feeling with me. So let's see how it goes. Let me know in the comments or in the survey later on what you think, so that we can improve. And Heartfulness around Christmas time, maybe Santa. Yeah, I know, it was like Santa put a lump of coal in my stocking. You get a lump of coal in your heart, but it evolved. That's the best thing. That's the best thing about this practice for me, was I began to change. So I'm happy to share it with you today. Thanks for being here with me, and I'll dial my energy down a little bit. We'll get started here. So let's start by just getting comfortable. By the way, when you're meditating, if you start to feel uncomfortable, you can shift. You can shift your seating position. Okay, so let's start by getting comfortable. And then let's do a quick scan and just take in, how do you feel physically? And you can close your eyes when you're ready. Are you holding tension in any part of your body? Does your mind feel calm, or is your mind agitated? What does your heart feel like? Just do an inventory for a moment here. And then let's take a deep breath in. And on the out breath, feel yourself relax and let go. And let's take another deep breath in. And relax and let go. Now let's imagine that there's some light pooling underneath your feet, coming from the earth or the ground. And this light is going to help calm your body. So let's allow it to soak into the bottoms of our feet like a sponge. Feel it sink into every cell of your feet. And feel your feet begin to relax. And allow that light to move past your ankles and up into your calves and your shins. Into your knees. Into your upper legs. Up to your hips. Allow it to move up to your waist. And let's take a deep breath in. And then feel yourself begin to sink into your chair. And the lower half of your body is melting away and becoming deeply relaxed. Let's allow the light now to move up into our abdomens. Feel the tension there unwind. And into our lower backs. And let it move up and fill your entire rib cage. Let's take a deep breath in and relax and let go. As that light moves up into your upper back, begin to feel all the muscles there release their tension as your posture becomes more natural. Begin to allow the light to pour down your upper arms from your shoulders. Past your elbows. Into your forearms. Your wrists. Your palms. And your fingertips. Take a deep breath in and relax and let go. Allow the light now to move up into the muscles of your neck and your throat. Up into your jaw. Your cheeks. Your mouth and tongue. Your lips. Your nose. Your eyes. Your eyebrows. Your forehead. your ears, temples, and even around the back of your head. Feel your whole body relax and let go. And now allow your attention to be drawn to your heart. As if your heart is simply naturally attracting your thought. Allow your heart to reveal a source of light that's always been there inside of itself. Let's relax with that inner light. And if your mind wanders, simply remind yourself to pay a little more attention to your heart again. We'll meditate on our heart now for about 20 minutes, and then I'll guide us out of meditation. Let's meditate. Slowly begin to bring your attention back to the present moment, keeping your eyes closed. Scan your body and observe what you're feeling. Arms, legs, torso, mind, and heart. Take a deep breath in and feel yourself absorb those feelings like a sponge. When you're ready, open your eyes, only a tiny slit, just enough to let a little light in. Continue to feel that meditative state sink in to every fiber of your being. When you really feel it take root, open your eyes the tiniest bit more. And when you can feel that meditative state, even with your eyes open a little, open them all the way and continue to feel that meditative state, filling your whole being. I encourage everybody to just sit quietly until you feel like you can get up from your chair and carry this state with you. And I want to thank everybody for joining me today and being a part of this experiment. Appreciate your feedback in the survey. Take care, everybody.